Hello, 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 welcome back to Hunter Tuned. Today, I got the Grom on the dyno. It's kind of late tonight. I just want to get a start on this thing because I'm super just impatient right now and I want to see if this thing's even going to work. Because we got the turbo kit installed, I got a couple free revs in the garage and it was making boost, just revving. So I'm hoping that it will make okay power. I want to try to get the fueling ironed out because with the plenum and the whole different intake system and exhaust, the tune-up is really rich compared to before. So I'm going to just get rolling on the dyno a little bit and try to iron out the fueling just so it runs a little bit better. And then I might just do like a baby pull for tonight and see if this thing's even gonna do anything, because, you know, I don't know. This is an experiment. We're seeing what it does, if it will do anything. And it's like, I don't know, 14 degrees outside, so it's cold. I'm just gonna have a fan off of the exhaust on the bike, and it's just gonna be blowing it out the door. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, that pipe is too long. You know, you're not gonna be able to corner the bike. I don't think they realize, like, it's not really meant to corner. It never was, but I can always trim this down quite a bit. Like, this is really long right now, and it's still, you know, I still have like a foot of clearance. But I'm gonna get the A-Racer software here opened up. We're gonna link to the bike. I'm gonna get the fuel map pulled up, and I'm just gonna get rolling. I'm gonna see if we can get it running okay. Alright, so the bike is extremely rich. I did add fuel to this tune because I figured it would want more, but down low it's not happy. It really wants less fuel. Like, I can't even get it to clean out. It's like 9.0 air fuel. So I'm gonna pull some fuel out of the tune. I did get a little bit of data on the fuel map here on the A-Racer. So I can actually log. You can see each cell and what the air fuel was at that cell. So I was able to drive it on the dyno a little bit to get an idea of where to go. So that's what I'm gonna start with, do some adjustments there. And yeah, I also need to bump up the idle speed because manually on the throttle body, because it doesn't want to stay idling. So I'm gonna have to manually bump up the idle when I take it back home, or you know, if I want to do it here I could too, but just trying to see if this thing's gonna make any boost, that's all. I honestly haven't gone over like 6,000 RPM with it because it won't, it just, it's coughing on fuel so bad. All right, let's see if it's any better now. Okay, this is cool. I saw about 7 pounds on the plenum here, and once it's still really rich in the mid-range, but once it cleared out, it started picking up. You could tell it was coming into boost. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't really spin it up because like I want to get some more data here. I'm gonna adjust the fueling one more time. I mean, it's way better just one change into the tune. So I'm gonna keep adjusting, and we'll do another pull after I adjust some more things. I don't have the computer hooked to the dyno right now, so I can't get power figures yet. I want to get the air fuel and stuff ironed out before we do a pull, because if it's coughing and, you know, not running smooth, there's no point in seeing what power it's making, you know. So once we get it running smooth, I might do a rip and see where the power is. Another thing too that I didn't mention is I actually pulled 4 degrees of timing out of this file. It was on like 34 or 35 degrees before, and now it's only on like 30, 29, 30 degrees. So it's probably gonna want some timing. But like I said, I just want to get it running clean and smooth, and it shows promise. So let's keep going. All right, guys, so bike is still coughing at low RPM, like it's stuttering. So I did another change to the field map. I got that loaded in, and now I have the dyno screen all set up and ready to go, ready to rip. I have had some issues with the dyno for like the first couple pulls. When I like get it fired up, it like won't register. So I'm hoping it will register right away, and I don't have to do multiple runs to like get this thing warmed up, because I think the connection on my RPM sensor here going into the roller is a little bit noisy. So when I'm spinning the bike up, sometimes it'll lose connection and then it aborts the run. So I'm hoping it'll be good. Cross your fingers, guys. I just want to see like what kind of power it's going to make on between 5 and 7 pounds. On this gauge, I was seeing, about here. So it would flutter a little bit, like around this area, and I might put a camera on it eventually to show you guys exactly how much pressure it's making, but it sounds fucking cool. It sounds cool. When this thing gets when it gets onto the pipe, it sounds good. So I'm hoping down low will clean up this time, and hopefully we can get a power figure just to get a ballpark. I just want to see where we're at. Like, are we 10 horsepower down, or are we the same? Where are we at? To me, it feels like it's down compared to before. So it might take more boost to get it above where it was, just because of the way stuff works on this stuff. But we'll find out. Fucking nuts, dude. Hell yeah! I am so excited right now. Okay, calm down. Okay, guys, it went super fat up top. It started coughing up top, and you can see it in the power curve, but it just made 48 fucking horsepower. 48.9, and on the curve here you can see it just fell right off because it was so rich. So I gotta pull some fuel out up there. I wouldn't doubt on low boost this thing's gonna make like 50, 51, 52 horsepower. Holy shit, that is awesome. This is the most power this bike's ever made, guys, and it's like running like shit. I'll be honest, it's not even trying right now. And look at the power curve, dude. This shit is wild. Look how good this looks. If I could clean up the back half here, oh man. I think I'm gonna do that quick. I'm gonna clean up the back half just a little bit. I'm gonna show you the log here. 48.9 horsepower. You can see exactly where it went rich too. Like, it was like 11.8, 11.7 all through here. And then as we got up here, 11.9, 11.4, 11.3, 11.2, and then it went 10.6, 10.4, 10.1, and it started coughing. So it looks like we're gonna have to, because I was adding a ton of fuel as it was going up because I didn't know where it was gonna want to be. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm just fucking excited. I'm gonna have to pull out some fuel here. It's way too rich, so. Hell yeah. I am blown away right now. Oh my, that is like the coolest thing I think I've ever built. You guys gotta remember, like 2 horsepower on a Grom, you feel it. 8 horsepower, or even, you know, say it's gonna make 10 more horsepower than it did before, that's gonna be noticeable. Like, a lot noticeable. And the power curve looks really good. I wonder if I have the runs from before. Let's see here if I can pull those up. Let's try to save these just in case we don't have them here. Just to make sure we'll still keep this run. Turbo, green. Okay. Let's go to File, Open, Green. I don't know how many runs I have on here, but I want to compare the power curves. Oh my gosh. It's loading all the runs right now. Come on, baby. All right, I'll pick up with you guys in a second. All right, guys. I'm a little bit cooled off. I'm just so excited that this thing's actually working. Like, it still just blows my mind. But I've done my research on this shit for like the past year, and I've been watching other guys do turbo builds. There's only a couple of them, but I've just been, you know, dotting my Q's and P'ing my I's, whatever they say. And I figured this turbo would work good on this sized motor, and it fucking does. It's awesome. Like, I can't believe how much separation it has, even at like 7,500. It's already separating from NA, and it's just growing as it goes up. So I'm gonna do one more and I'm gonna get out of here for the night because I really don't want to be here at 2 in the morning. It's already almost 1. But I just really wanted to see if it actually worked, and it works. It works fucking awesome. And then I'm gonna do some touch-ups on this thing because I don't want to go crazy. I want to clean up some more stuff on it, even though it's pretty decent already. I just can't believe it. I don't know who has a Grom turbo that actually functions. There's a lot of guys on the internet that are like, oh, I got a turbo Grom, but they don't show NA versus their turbo, you know, and this shit actually works. So, I don't know, other than John Hedrick, I don't know many guys doing turbo single cylinder stuff actually functioning, you know, and the sky's the limit on this thing, guys. I don't even know how much it's gonna take for power, but I feel like we could turn it up quite a bit yet. So I'm gonna pull some fuel out above like 10 grand, and I'm gonna see if I can clean up the power curve just for one more whack, and we'll be out of here. So the bike was able to pull a little bit higher in the RPM without breaking up that time, but it definitely didn't make any more power. It just was able to carry it a little farther. Let me change this color over to blue so we can tell what's what. But at least we backed the pull up. And I started it later. I should have lugged it down here, but it took a little longer to spool it. But so it made the same power, and then above, you know, like 10 or 11 grand, it separated here where I changed the fueling. But it looks like it's wanting to nosedive up top for some reason, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm gonna look at the air fuel here and see how close it was. See, it was still like 10.5, 10.6, 10.5. I'm gonna pull out some more fuel here and I'll try it one more time. Alright guys, so I am picking power up every time I adjust the fueling, but not the peak power. The peak power is staying the same. I just can't get it to, hang on one second, let me shut the door. It's like 10 degrees outside, so it's fucking cold. So every time I'm adjusting the fuel, let's see what we made here. 49.06. So that was our best run there. And you can see it's overlaying perfectly. Let me get rid of this run, I think, right here. Okay, there we go. So you can see the brown line is the new one, and you can see it overlaid almost perfectly. And above 10.5, 10,500 RPM, we are making considerably more power, but it's still wanting to nose over for some reason towards, you know, 12. I ran it out to 12.5 that time. And if we look at our log, the air fuel at like 10.8 was like a 12.0, 12.2, 11.8, 11.8, 11.5, and then it went 11.3 up here. So it's still a little fat, but I don't think that's the reason it's falling off. And you can see down here it's rich as well at like 8 grand. But up top, it's clean, like 12.0, 12.2 right at 10 grand. So it's perfect there. It's just, you know, down here is still needing some work. I got to clean this fueling up quite a bit. But, and I actually didn't even watch the air fuel that time because I knew it was going to be okay. And I just watched the boost gauge, and that motherfucker held at 6 pounds the entire time. Yeah, I think it might have overheated a little bit, and I don't have a catch can on it for the overflow. And I don't even have a fan on the bike right now, so yeah. But I'm not worried about that. It did that all motor on the dyno too, so you ain't got no airflow going to it. That's kind of how it's going to be. But 6 pounds, right on the nuts. I'm assuming if we just tighten the wastegate, it might pick power up top, but I'm not sure. But if we, I just don't know why else it would be falling off, because I don't think it's falling off on boost. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't think it's falling off with boost. I think it's just, you know, the way that it's just out of breath up there for some reason. Something's choking it up. Whether the turbo, you know, can't suffice up top, I don't know. But we repeatedly made 49 horsepower pretty easily. And this is with timing pulled out of it. I could probably put the timing back in it and make 50. I'm not gonna get greedy though on the first fucking night out here. I'm just gonna, you know, run with my victory for now. And, you know, just roll with it. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm happy that it's done this. I'm happy it's at least done this. So maybe the plenum is too big or too small, and that's why it's falling off up top. I'm not sure. I know the exhaust shouldn't be a restriction, you know, stuff like that, but, and it's still like, when I free rev it, it coughs. Like, once it has a load on it, it's fine, and high RPM, but like, you know, just free revving and neutral, it still stutters and coughs. I still have to figure that out. But honestly, guys, I'm super excited for the minimal amount of tuning that I've done on it. It's really working out pretty good. And another thing too, which could be causing my fuel map to want to go lower as I crawl up the power curve, is because I put the vacuum reference on the regulator. It could be rising fuel pressure, and that's why I'm having to pull out fuel. But I have like loads of fuel left, and I'm making almost 10 more horsepower than I did on the nitro fuel. So this is just on pump gas, or pump E85, and it is wicked. This is fucking cool. I wish it was warmer outside, because I would definitely go rip this thing. I always get into bikes the beginning of freaking winter. It sucks, because now I'm gonna get sad. I wanna ride it. I'm probably gonna do a lot of stuff to this bike, man. If this thing is showing this much promise on this low a boost, I really wish I could have shown the boost gauge on a pull, just so you guys believe me. Like, I'm not lying. It made 6 to 7 pounds. And it could be even lower than that. I just know it was like around this area, and it was fluttering back and forth. It wasn't like pegged to 15, you know, and that's why I got such a high resolution gauge, you know, a 0 to 15 like this, because I'll know if this thing pegs out. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely wasn't. It's barely making any boost. So that's really cool. I'm gonna keep working on this thing over the winter and getting it dialed in as best I can. You guys gotta let me know what you think of this thing. It is cool. I can't believe it did this on the first night out here. It's only up from here. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. Like this video, share it with your friends. Share this awesome Grom with anybody you guys know. Post it on Facebook, social media, tag me, do what you gotta do. I'm trying to grow the channel, and I want to get out there a little bit. And yeah, thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We'll see you later.